Hey guys, QuickyBaby here, bringing you another preview from the new patch 7.4 on the test server. This is one of the two new maps that are included in 7.4. This one is called Airfield, and I'm going to be giving you the tour of it in my AMX 1390. Shout out to Humph, who was on the test server with me to enable me to have this training room. So immediately, what do we see down this the southern central part of the map, aka the FGHJ line? Well, we see undulating hills with some good cover from arty, quite good choke points, areas where tanks will have to take hits to try and cross. But that completely changes when we go to the north of the map, where we find the runway, which is completely open, apart from the rocks that you see going along the D line. So, how is this going to play out? Well, maybe some of the new French tank destroyers will have a field day here, being able to shoot from distance at approaching targets. Maybe the French SPGs will be able to use their speed to get shots off and relocate before they manage to get taken out. So the approach down the runway will be dangerous for either side. You're going to be in the open, you're going to have tanks targeting you, who are going to be using locations where they'll be safe from arty and from flanking fire. Maybe you'll see some scouts and some very aggressive medium tanks, or maybe some of the faster heavies such as the IS-8 trying to utilize the north. Here we can see a couple of planes modelled. Not sure if these were taken directly out of the World of War planes Alpha, which I'm not quite in yet, disappointingly. We can see that most of this is destructible. Not very realistic destruction there, but oh well, what are you going to do? So let's say that people have managed to get across the dangerous area of this airfield. What have they got then to play with? Let's just testing this out to see if a little tank can manage to get in here. Doesn't look like it can. So you've managed to get to the other side of the airfield. You've got a little village up there which you may be able to hide in, to maybe give yourself some cover or allow some of your teammates to catch up with you and you provide cover and support for them. That seems to be very unique for this side of the map. The other side of the map seems to have it a lot harder with the cover they get. Fair enough, they get the rocks situated at D9 and E0. But then you have to come across another dangerous place, which is here. Pretty sure, unless you've got the jump on some people, that you're going to get a lot of shots fired at you as you're making this crossing. But if you've made it across here, then you're into their base. And what's interesting about the base on Airfield is how many buildings there are in it. Once you get in there, I think it's going to be quite hard to get tanks out effectively. It'll be very easy to hide behind buildings for light tanks and quick tanks away from the heavier tanks. And equally, it'll give the heavy tanks places to hide from fire from all angles. So we see the coastline is quite well modelled. Hats off to Wargaming for having such a beautiful map that they're going to include in the 7.4 patch that we can all play with. So now we're approaching the middle of the map, where we have the undulating hills. Apart from this death trap oasis that you see either side at H4 and H7, which is going to be hard to cross. Once you've made it there, you're going to have cover from arty, maybe behind the hills. But when you get on top of the hill, again, you're going to be in the open. And here we see that the pillars, maybe my tank is too small to crush them, but they are destructible with shots. Here we see another amphitheatre, like one that was modelled on the 7.3 map, Crimea. So I think that the heavy tanks are going to be situated around this area. and then they probably won't go directly over the hill. I think the main choke point that we're coming up to on the left is going to be the safest approach for the heavy tanks to make. But then you've got the sort of the death trap around F7, G7 and G8, which then they'll still have to approach. So I'm stopping here because I'm figuring out with Hump that I think this is the position that I would be most inclined to go in if I was in a heavy tank. You've got cover using the hill from the artillery. You've got the opportunity to double back and use that ridge line to take a shot. And then you've got this place to take shots at as well when you're crossing. So I feel anyone looking for a good spot to go in a heavy tank, I think that's going to be highly contested and a lot of people will try and get that one. So that's about it for Airfield. I think it's a great map. I'm really looking forward to being able to play it on the release servers. I think it's well thought out. It's got an opportunity for mediums and faster tanks to flank around the north, and it's got safe locations for heavies to duke it out in the middle. However, even though those locations are safe, they still come with risks, as they're going to have to make crosses over choke points and places where you're going to be very open to fire. So thanks a lot for watching my video, guys. I've got lots of 7.4 videos out at the moment. Please check them out by clicking the button for the replays. And if you've liked this video and it's helped you out, please show it by giving it a like at the bottom. And if you feel so inclined, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot, guys, and good luck on the battlefield.